Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping right in today with something pretty blunt from our source material. The truth is naked and cruel.
That definitely sets a tone, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And this whole deep dive is really about unpacking a very specific, maybe even stark view on capital, on wealth distribution. And central to it is this, well, startling idea. 97% of people are born to help the 3% live a better life.
Wow. Yeah.
So just to be clear, our job today isn't about saying if that's right or wrong.
No, not at all.
We're here to really dissect the mechanism the source describes, how it thinks this works in finance.
Exactly. What's really interesting is how it's framed as this almost natural cycle.
A cycle.
Yeah, less about bad intentions maybe and more about just how the system is, structured, how capital flows. We want to understand this specific viewpoint on how wealth gets recycled potentially in one direction.
Okay, so let's get into that mechanism.
Okay.
How does this source argue that, well, most people are essentially funding the few, maybe without realizing it?
It starts quite simply.
The source points to a basic action. Poor people deposit their money in banks,
Yeah.
just everyday banking.
Right. Seems normal enough, but this is where the core of their argument really kicks in.
Okay.
According to this view, banks aren't just, passively holding the money. They're using it.
Using it how?
The material argues banks then lend your money to rich people. So the banks, the financial intermediaries, they become the key catalyst in this whole process, according to this viewpoint, taking all those small deposits
And concentrating them into larger capital sums for others.
precisely, transforming savings into investment capital, but for a specific group.
And this is where the argument gets particularly sharp, I think. Once that money is lent out, the source claims the wealthy individuals then open companies and hire you to work.
Right. Think about the implication there.
It's suggesting the money you put in the bank.
Could be the same capital used to start the company that maybe even employs you.
It paints this picture of a really tight economic loop, almost inescapable the way they describe it.
And if you pull back and look at the bigger picture they're painting, it all comes together in this phrase. They use your money, your people, and your time to make money for them.
Your money, your people, your time.
Yeah. The source sees it as key. It's not just that capital gets accumulated once, it's that it's constantly recycled, supposedly from the many back to the few.
So the money you deposit.
The labor from the workforce, your people.
And the hours worked, your time. All leveraged within this cycle they describe.
It's a very transactional way of looking at how value is generated and maybe extracted.
Okay, so let's quickly recap that cycle as the source sees it. Your money goes into the bank.
Step one.
The bank lends it, according to this view, to wealthier people or entities.
Step two.
And then those entities use that capital plus labor, your people, plus productivity, your time.
To generate their wealth. That's the loop laid out in the source. It's quite a stark depiction.
It really is.
Yeah, this viewpoint really emphasizes a specific argument about capital, labor, and the financial system itself.
Suggesting the basic structures banking, employment, facilitate this particular flow of resources.
That seems to be the core idea, leading to the kind of wealth concentration the source calls, well, naked and cruel. It goes beyond just earning a wage. It questions the whole system enabling money movement.
So, bringing it back to you, the listener, what does this all mean? How might we think about capital flow, about our own part in these systems after hearing this perspective?
It definitely challenges some common assumptions, doesn't it?
It does. It's worth considering how this specific viewpoint might make you look at the financial world around you differently. Something to think about.